Flex, the livest one in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Don't get a sucker no statue. Give him guts. I told you I wasn't going away. You got your shot. Now give me mine. Why don't you get the hell out of there? Shut up, old man. I ain't going nowhere. And why don't you tell all these nice folks why you've been ducking me? Politics, man. This country wants to keep me down. Keep everybody weak. I don't want a man like me to have the title because I'm not a puppet like that fool up there.
You know, you got a big mouth, you know?
Why don't you come out and close the door, boy? Come on. Get the door.
You tired, dog. This guy's crazy. Don't listen.
The little man don't want to come to me. Then I'll come to you people and lay out the truth. I am ranked number one. One. That means I'm the best. But this bomb been taking the easy matches. Fight another bomb. I'm telling you and everybody here, I'll fight him anywhere, anytime, for nothing.
Drew Deck, shout out to the mighty LDBC. And who we got in the building, none other than NBA legend Kendall Gill. What's good, man?
What's up, Drew? How you doing, my man?
I'm good. I'm doing great, brother. I'm doing great, man. Happy to have you
I
back
know you
in the strong house, man.
You looking swole there, bro. I'll be seeing you, man, lifting weights and all that, and working out.
Oh man, lifting weights, skipping rope, man. I'm 46 years old, man. I gotta
look good.
I gotta stay in shape, man. I gotta stay in shape because I be in the house. I eat everything in the damn fridge, man.
No, I hear you, man. Me too.
No, I gotta get out to you, man. I see you working, man. I gotta get out to you and run that decathlon you got going there.
Yeah, that 60-40 workout, man. I do that every day.
Man, listen. That's the key to life right there, man.
Yeah, it is, man.
It sure is, man. Health is wealth, man.
Right,
so I ain't gonna keep everyone waiting. It's interesting because the first comment I have here, and we're gonna get to all of it. The brother, what is it? GM Land Empire says, tired of the basketball dudes. They just gonna get knocked out, and they having Jake thinking he's actually good. Well, the brother's entitled to his opinion, but I don't think he understands. So let's bring everyone up to speed. We already know that you're an NBA legend, but I don't think they quite know about your hand skills. Let them know.
Well, yeah, I've been boxing my whole life, man, ever since I was 8 years old. A lot of people didn't know that when I was in the NBA, and I spent 15 years in the NBA. But after I retired, I decided I want to go and live my boyhood dream, and that's be a professional boxer. Okay, so I went. I had 4 professional fights. I'm 4-0. I just picked up right where I left off, and my last fight was maybe like 10 years ago. But I've stayed in the gym nonstop, at least 4 days out of the week for 16 years. I'm not Nate Robinson. I'm not. And I say this for respect. I'm not Darren Williams, because Darren Williams, that's like my little brother. We went to the same university, University of Illinois. He spent 3-time All-Star in the NBA, and he's an MMA guy. I'm not those guys. I'm an experienced boxer. Okay, I've sparred pros. I've sparred novice Golden Gloves champions. I've sparred champions before, and as well as UFC fighters. So, I sparred thousands of rounds, man. So I'm not a guy that's gonna go in there and not know what he's doing.
Correct. And I don't think a lot of people know that. And no disrespect to the brother in the chat. I just don't think he knew that.
Yeah, and that's understandable. You got a lot of people that don't know. So I totally get where he's coming from when he says, he's tired of basketball dudes going in there. Listen, man, Nate Robinson had no business getting in the ring. Nate Robinson is a great athlete, a great entertainer for the NBA. But when it comes to the sweet science, it's a science behind it. That's why they call it that. And you have to know what you're doing. Nate thought he could get in there, put on some gloves because he was in shape, and go in there and beat Jake Paul. Well, you can't do that if you don't have no skills, man. And if you don't have the mentality, you don't have the conditioning. You're gonna be a fish out of water, and that's exactly what we saw. Yeah,
and Nate, respect to him, he's a natural athlete.
Yeah, he is.
If I was close to Nate, and I watched Paul, because what people didn't realize that the Paul brothers been in the gym for about a good 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
So
about
they
4 years.
experienced. I would have told Nate, yo, bro, you want to second think this? Because it's not a game in there. It's a little different. And he got flatlined, and it was hard to watch. You understand? And I know NBA, like most NFL, MLB, y'all like an alumni.
Yeah, we're fraternities.
If y'all went to the same college, it's a little tighter. You understand?
Right.
So if it was hard for me to watch, because I watched it, I said, damn, you know, I'm glad he got up. But, I mean, people celebrated that like Jake won the world title. And I said, yo, is it that serious? Goddamn.
I know, man. Yeah.
It was bad. So when you stepped up, see, I knew about you already. And I said, oh, okay, you know, he's going to run in there with Kendall Gill. He's going to think it's sweet.
Yeah.
You understand? And I noticed he never returned your call. He ignored you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, he ignored me. So the week or so after he knocked out Nate, you know, I called him out and said, you know, why don't you come and fight somebody with the NBA player that has experience, the NBA player that's 4-0 in the ring. Never got a response whatsoever. I had communication with his trainer, BJ Flores, over Instagram, and BJ was saying, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, this and that. And then BJ, after a minute, realized that we fought on the same card here in Chicago when Fernando Vargas came to fight. BJ and I were on the same card. And then he was like, oh, then all the communication stopped. Okay, between me and BJ. We like I still, you know, I used to DM. I don't DM him anymore, but I used to DM him and all that stuff. I'm like, you know, I wanna deal with Jake Paul. I want to get in the ring with Jake Paul, but I never got a response. You know, so that lets you know what the deal is right there. You know, and look, what you said earlier, when Jake beat Nate, everybody thought he was the greatest slice of bread since bread's been invented, right? Nate actually knocked his own self out, because how you gonna run in there with your chin up, bad beat? Of course you're gonna get knocked out, you know. And if you go back and look at the fight, Jake Paul closed his eyes and threw that BS overhand right that he always throws, man. You know, and he caught Nate, but an experienced boxer is not gonna do what Nate did. You know, that's why Drew, they keep getting these guys, MMA guys, retired pro athletes that don't have any experience in the ring, because they know this is all a setup, man. They know if we can keep this thing going, if we can get guys that are naturally smaller than us, which he does, because Jake Paul really weigh about 210, 215 pounds, and he sweat down to 190. Then he goes and gets guys that he's smaller than to fight. That's why it appears that he has knockout power. Well, you saw what happened with Tyron Woodley last fight. He wasn't able to knock Tyron out, because Tyron walked around at about 205, 210. Okay, so his power is not relevant over 200 pounds. Okay, now also he didn't win that fight against Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley gave it away, because had he thrown punches and not posed, he would have beat Jake. Yeah, and you know that's the way I see it. But you know that's the predicament we in now, man. We trying to get this guy in the ring with us.
I want to share. I guess it's all safe now.
Yeah,
we've been talking over DM, so we can get to those texts, right?
Oh yeah. We can
get so this is the first one you sent me from back in October. I'm gonna put that up for the family to read. Hey Kendall, it's Steven Espinoza. Everyone in the chat knows who Espinoza is. President of Showtime Sports. Wanted to talk to you about potentially doing a boxing match on a Showtime card. Do you want to set a time to talk, or is there someone else you'd like for me to talk on your behalf? You respond, hey Steven, yes, I would love to talk about it. I'll send you Dominic Pasoli's info to you so that you can reach out to him. He handles all of my boxing stuff. Thank you for reaching out. Now that was back in October. Right. Did Steven reach out?
Hey, listen. So he sends us that text, and you can look at the time. I was actually in the gym training when he sent me the text.
Right.
I come out of the gym. I'm like, oh, you know, I'm like, okay, now we getting somewhere. So I text him back. I sent him a response. I sent him the phone number to my promoter. 4 days later, they choose Darren Williams and Frank Gore. We don't hear back from them. Okay?
Oh.
Because and this is what my promoter told me, and this is what I gathered too. I mean, I don't know whether this is what happened, but I can assume that this is what happened. They went back to Jake's promotion company, MVP Promotion, Most Valuable Promotions, said, okay, we got Kendall Gill. He texted us. They said, no, go and find us some other athletes. And that's what happened. That's why they never returned our text. And then about a week after that, we're waiting for him to call us back. Because, this is Steven Espinosa. This is the president of Showtime Boxing. This ain't no guy this ain't no messenger guy. This is the man. Right? So, excuse those balls in the background, man. I'm at my son's basketball practice. But, Steven Espinosa is the president of Showtime Boxing. We think, if he reaches out to us, he's going to at least have the courtesy to call us back or text us back and tell us they found somebody. He never did that, which is why I was pissed off about everything because, at least you reached out to me. I didn't reach out to you. You reached out to me. And at least you had a common courtesy to text me back and say, listen, we decided to go in another direction. And the reason why they decided to go in another direction is because Jake Paul and his crew, his team over at Most Valuable Promotions, do not want to face a guy that's an experienced boxer in the ring. That's the main reason.
Well, that brings me to today. Most Valuable Promotions, because I was going to ask you, who are they? This is Jake Paul's promotion, Most Valuable Promotions. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah, he owns them.
He owns them. He says you were reached out to fight Frank Gore, and you ducked. They didn't say decline. They used the term ducked. He said it's all good, though.
Right.
We are happy that we are happy for you to get 1,000 likes on your socials. And your response is, finally, you guys respond after a year and a half. Who ducked? With a question mark. And then you go on to say, I don't share private text, but since you say I ducked, I'm about to expose you by showing you who texted me in my response. It was your team that didn't get back to us. I'm sure you guys had second thoughts about facing somebody who's been boxing seriously for 16 years and is 4-0 in the ring. I don't care about likes. I deal in views. Millions saw Stephen A. Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, call your fighter out for me on First Take. I remember that. And on ESPN Ringside. Now what? If Jake gets past Tyron Woodley, then let's glove up and quit talking that ish. That was today, right?
That was today.
So once again, the ball is in Jake Paul's court. So has he responded and called you a liar? Are they trolling? Because they're real good for that.
Yeah. They haven't trolled yet, but I set out, and you've been watching my post. Since it's Jake Paul's fight week, and since they did what they did, I was upset about it because I as soon as Steven Espinosa contacted me, I went into training camp. So I finished the 8-week training camp. I finished my training camp tomorrow. So I still got one more day to go. So I'm ready to fight now. I'm when fighters go through a training camp and everything, they ready to go.
Right.
And then I get this today, and also too, Drew, when Jake Paul's opponent Tommy Fury pulled out of the fight last week from injury. He said he had a broken rib and a chest infection. I was right there, ready to go. They could have called me. They could have said, "Hey, we need this guy. We need you to fill in for Tommy Fury." He fell out of the fight. But what did they do? They went and they got a guy they already beat 4 months ago to fight, Tyron Woodley, who hasn't been training. Who he says he's been training, but guys, he could be training, but he ain't training for a fight.
Right.
And when you get into a fight, you got to train for a fight, man. You just can't be training, 50%. So they ducked twice, man. They ducked on getting me on the undercard, and they ducked also with having me fill in for Tommy Fury on the main card.
I would figure this would be bigger, being that, Shaq and Stephen A. I mean, these are big outlets, man.
This is the thing, Drew. This is the thing, Drew. They already knew this back when Stephen A. did this for me and when Shaq did it for me. You know, they talk about, oh well, you got 1,000 likes. Look, dude, I'm old school. I don't rely on likes and followers and everything like that. You know what? I rely on picking up the phone, calling somebody and getting something done. Okay? I called Stephen A. I was like, listen, man, I want to fight this dude, Jake Paul. He keeps running from me and everything. I called him up. Guess what? He was on First Take the next day, the next morning. That's ESPN's #1 show. You know how many viewers they get? Millions. So for Jake Paul and Most Valuable Promotions, what are you talking about, man? Okay, and Stephen A. got over 10 million followers. Then I called Shaq up and say, hey, Shaq, man, I want to fight Jake Paul. Do this for me. He goes on ESPN Ringside and talks about it. Shaq got 18 million followers. Shaq got 18 million followers, man.
Everybody saw that.
Yeah, so they just running, man. They don't want to fight a guy that has experience in boxing and everything. And to say, and what really got me pissed off this morning is to say that I ducked somebody. Help me understand. Help me understand. Why would I duck somebody that ain't never had a fight? And I got 4 fights and 16 years experience. Why would I do that?
Why would you? You how much you weigh right now?
Right now I weigh 203 pounds because of
You're
training.
6'5"?
Normally, yeah, I'm 6'5". No, yeah. Normally I weigh. You know, I've never measured my reach before.
You got to be about 80.
I'm about 80, 81, 82.
Jake ain't gonna fight you. He ain't gonna fight you. I'm telling you right now, you will knock his ass out. And I'm just saying that from a perspective because I've watched your fights and I've watched him, and I'm figuring he don't think he have a chance. You're an old man, technically speaking. So you would think, you know, he'd be up for it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you balloon up in a month 50 pounds and start smoking cigarettes, he'd be like, I'm gonna get him now.
Yeah.
So it seems like, you know, this whole thing is a marketing scheme. This is why, you know, we follow the sports. I take it serious. Right. And I don't necessarily. All right, the Woodley event, they got a real big bag, and he put it back into the fighters on his card. That was a good thing.
Yeah, that was a good thing.
He's doing cute things. But at this point, if he's going to be a serious fighter, do something serious. You know what I'm saying? Do something serious. Put yourself in the element of danger.
Exactly. Give the people something where they can say, oh, he might lose. You know, and here's the thing, too. Look, I don't knock this dude's hustle. He did a great job of getting to where he got to, you know, building his brand through boxing and everything. But, you know, when I'm in the gym, and I see guys that have been doing this their whole life and they ain't never made more than $5,000, you know, I want to remove Jake Paul from this platform, you know, because let me tell you, I don't deserve to be on that platform. Jake Paul don't deserve to be on that platform. That platform that he's on are for guys that have come up through the ranks, been through the Golden Gloves, been to Nationals, been to the Olympics, then been working on their trade for years and years. That platform is for the Earl Spencers, for the Lomachenkos, for the T-Bud Crawfords, for the Deontay Wilders, Tyson Furies. That's what that platform is for. You know, I want to remove him from that. You know, because I don't want people thinking this guy is on the level that those guys have earned. He's not.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lane for him that he can easily make, you know, for amateurs, you know, like sort of like celebrity fights, something like that. There's a lane for him. But the fact that this guy and his existence, him and his brother's existence in boxing, a lot of it has to do with the sport dropping the ball and we're not getting the fights that we want. So while, you know, like right now we're dealing with the Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, you know, Deontay Wilder had to chase Fury around all year long and a list of other fights. While that was happening, the Paul brothers walked through the front door and they didn't rob the bank. They just made a withdrawal. You understand? It's like people are fighting.
Like I said, that's why I don't knock those guys hustle. Yeah.
Right. You know, it's like a gang of people fighting and some innocent man walks in and just picks up the bag of gold that they fighting over and walks off. When the fight's over, where's the gold? You don't even know who stole it.
Right.
And that's the Paul brothers. You know, skill set wise, you know, and I respect their hustle. I'm not talking bad about them. I'm just being honest. Skill set wise, we saw. I think Logan is bigger than Jake. I think he's bigger than him.
Yeah, he's about 6'2". Yeah.
Yeah, and he went in there against Floyd.
200 something.
He went in there against Floyd, and he got knocked out on his feet. I saw it. He rolled the punch.
He got
ran
walked
into
down
it
by
right hand. Yeah, Floyd
He
slept him and caught him.
Yeah, he did. He held him up.
He held him up. I said, "Oh, whoa." Yeah. So skill wise, I said now Floyd is one of the best to ever do it. But I mean, come on, man. And then I'm hearing something strange about them. Then there's no knockout clause. I mean, what is
no knockout clause? Yeah.
You got.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's. Yeah, I don't think that's true. You know, because now he's giving him Jake Paul is giving Tyron Woodley a $500,000 bonus if he can knock him out. One, I think that was done to show everybody there's not a knockout clause. Two, I think that was done to make Tyron Woodley come out, try to knock him out early and gas himself so that it'll be an easy fight for Jake. I mean, you got to give it to him. The kid is smart. He's smart. You know, but yeah, and still, if you're a veteran, you ain't falling for none of that.
Yeah, and he will have a problem. He will have a problem. Just by your physique, and you see, a lot of people don't know. Everyone's watching the NBA or the NFL, and I'll be the first to tell you, you know, like with me, I'm 6'2".
Right.
And when I was in Vegas, I did see a couple of people. Hey, you're a lot bigger in person. Yeah. You know, NBA players are not small. All right.
No,
John Stockton was about 6'2", right?
Right. Yeah, he's about 6'2".
On the TV, he's about this fucking big.
Right. He looks small. Yeah.
He looks small. I remember when I ran into John Starks in New York back in the 90s. He's 6'5". On the TV, he's about this big. So that makes you wonder. I ran into Robert Parrish one night. I was like, God damn. You understand? He's a tree slug. He could scratch his knees without bending over.
That's right.
So
that's right. 100%.
You're 6'5". You're a big guy. You're a big guy. You got this reach, and you know the sport. So, by the looks of things, those guys scouted you, and they said, "Man, what would that do for Jake Paul's brand if he got in there with you and fucked around and got knocked out in the third round? What would that do for his brand? What are they going to say?"
Yeah, would,
Go ahead.
It would destroy his brand, and that's exactly why they don't want it. You know, that's exactly why they don't want it. That's exactly why they keep ducking. But they have to say the things they said today in order to save face. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I understand that. But the thing is, man, I'm the reason why I keep trolling them, man, is because I might get lucky. They might get brave. You know, and then I'll have my opportunity.
Well, they fight this weekend, right?
They fight this weekend, Tyron Woodley on Saturday night. Also, my boy Darren Williams, fellow NBA player, fellow Fighting Illini at the University of Illinois, is fighting Frank Gore. I think that's going to be a good contest. I talked to Darren yesterday. He said that he's ready to go.
How long has he been training?
He's been training ever since they called him about 2 months ago. But he's been training with his MMA fighters. You know, he has an MMA school in Dallas, and he trains with those guys and spars with those guys. But here's the thing. Jake Paul has already decided to fight the winner of that fight, you know, of the undercard, which is exactly why they didn't want me on the undercard. Because they know if I beat but when I beat Frank Gore, that now you got to face the guy that's been calling you out for a whole year and a half.
Damn. Wow.
So that's the deal. I mean, if you go to my Instagram and you go and look, there's a tape. I clipped off a clip of Frank Gore saying, "Yeah, you know, Jake Paul wants to fight winner, and I'm down with it. You know, so they know what they're doing, man. But like I said, it's Jake Paul troll week. I'm gonna keep calling him out until Saturday. But then I promised my wife and my son that I would stop after that.
I mean, is there any way you could show up to the fight?
No, because here's another thing. I work for the Chicago Bulls. I'm the pre-halftime and post-game analyst for the Chicago Bulls. So even though we're going through these COVID restrictions right now, we still have a game on Sunday. So I have to stick to my TV schedule as well. Also, for Jake Paul and his guys say, oh, enjoy your 1,000 likes. Bro, it ain't about that. It's about the power you have to generate interest, and I'm here on TV 3 times a week in Chicago, the 3rd largest market in the country. All you got to do is say the word, Jake Paul, and I'll announce it, because millions of people watch me 3 times a week on TV.
You ever thought about inviting him down to the studio?
Yeah, I would, but he wouldn't come. I wish he would.
I don't know. He might surprise you.
But see, he ain't gonna. Hey, listen, if he surprised me, good. That make it all. Hey, that make it great, man. Because that's how you build a fight. I understand how to build a fight. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to build an interest. Which we're starting to get some interest now. And Drew, you've been with me for a while with this thing, and I appreciate your support. I appreciate you always, making the comments whenever I post something about Jake Paul, because that's how we have to get the fight,
Yes, sir.
Now, for everybody out there that's, well, he's a basketball player. The thing is, man, I live boxing. I watch boxing 24/7 aside from basketball. Okay. I'm in the gym 4 times a week. Okay. I know Jake Paul's style. He's front foot heavy, meaning he can't get out of the way of a jab. He got all of his weight over his front foot. Okay, he can't get out of the way of a jab like that. When he throws his jab, he's off balance. He can't throw his right. He can't throw his right hand. Okay, when he throws his check hook, he looks to the side. He looks away from his target. And the only reason why he hitting people is because they're running into it. They don't know no better. Then also when he the same punch that he hit Nate Robinson, but when he throws that overhand right, he's looking down at the ground, man. What you got to do to him when he does that? You slip to your left side and you Leo Santa Cruz his ass like Javante Davis did. That's what's going to happen if he fights me. Okay, that's what's going to happen. All right. So I'm going to take away his jab. I'm going to take away everything from him. Okay, if he goes to the body, I'm going to counter. They know this. They know it.
He can't. You have too much reach. He's going to have to work to close the distance.
He's going to have to walk through a neighborhood. He's going to have to walk through a neighborhood. And he's going to have to walk through a neighborhood where it's a guy that want to hurt him. Because when I get in there, I want to hurt that dude. Okay? He's going to have to, if he come to me, he's going to have to deal with my check hook. If he come to me, he's going to have to deal with my uppercut. Come to me, he's going to have to deal with my jab. If he come to me, he's going to have to deal with my straight left. And I'm a southpaw too.
Oh, okay? No! Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
So all the guys that out there think I'm just a basketball player, I just gave y'all, I just ran it down for you, baby. I know what I'm doing, man.
My brother Land Empire 2 said, my apologies. If this fight happens, I will buy. Send him back to the Caucasus Mountains. Best of luck. Stay safe. Love your show.
He didn't say the Caucasus Mountains. My man.
Salute to my brother, Healing the Mind Body Coach. He said, salute, fam. That's why you got to punk them live. Bro, the only language they understand is this new era of trolling. He says he's a troll. Got your hat, snatch your hat. Fine, man. All of that cute stuff. I wish you had like a team that will go out and do things like that. But this is not. That's not our era.
Yeah, that's not our era. But one of my boys the other day said, Kendall, you should take out and advertise on a billboard in his mother's neighborhood, saying Jake Paul can't beat me. Put it right in the neighborhood.
His mama would. His mama would be like, Jake, what the fuck? What is this? Get this guy. He has to tell his mama no.
Exactly, man.
Don't
But
know,
but listen,
man.
but listen. I've been you know with because I have a boxing show as well on YouTube called the Parlay, and you know I use one of my guys, my video guys there to do these troll things that I've been doing the past couple of days. And you know they've been making people laugh and garnering some interest and things like that. But you know you are right. I you know if he doesn't choose me to fight next, I'm gonna have to go to his next fight in
Yeah,
order to get him to fight.
yeah. I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, storm the ring.
Yeah,
I mean, didn't Jake send 2 trolls to Canelo's fight when he fought the
yeah,
British
yeah.
dude?
He
He
did.
said,
He
and
did.
Canelo looks like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Who are these guys? You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
I was like, those are
No,
Jake
he did.
Paul guys. What the hell? How'd they get there?
Yeah,
And
those are
they
Jake
playing
Paul
with
guys.
fire. They could have got fucked up real bad.
They
They
could
could
have.
have got beat up.
Yeah,
So
they could have.
this is the language they understand. He says, I'm a troll. Now,
Yep.
I have no malice towards Jake. I just said
Oh
he did
yeah.
a good thing in his last card. I'm just saying, if you're gonna
Yeah.
be in this game, I want to see you do something real. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
And you have been calling for the smoke. Shaq called for the smoke.
yeah.
You understand? Stephen A. Snitch called for the smoke.
Right.
You understand?
And
Somebody put
yeah,
Kendall's link in the chat so we can all sub, please. Thank you. So I mean, we just want to see we want to see the smoke. You've been calling for it.
I've been calling for it, man. I've been training for it. You know, look, I'm 53 years old, but I still train. I train like crazy. I know age is not on my side. That's why I train so hard. You know, and look, like I said before, if Jake was a world class fighter, even if he was a low level fighter at 53 years old, I wouldn't even get in there. You know, but
Right.
like I said before, I think he is an amateur with a professional boxing license. That's what he is to me. You know, and those are the guys that I mean, I still spar with pros and everything, but I mostly spar with amateurs these days, you know, that are trying to come up. And that's what Jake is.
Yeah, it's astounding. It's
Yeah,
astounding,
man.
man. I see it and I see holes in the game, you know, but who am I? You know, who am I?
Yeah.
I'm just a guy. I work a regular job and I do this, you know, part-time, I guess. Like you can call it part-time, whatever. I do it because I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm reading in the chat. Daniel Cormier also. Daniel Cormier called out Jake Paul. He ignored him too. He's an
Yeah.
MMA guy. He's not a boxer.
Well,
You understand?
yeah, and that's the thing. People are tired of seeing him fight MMA guys. They want to see him fight somebody that's on, near, or just above his level that trains in boxing exclusively. Exclusively, Jake. We don't want to see you fight no more guys that don't train in boxing exclusively. And look, I got 16 years of boxing behind me, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So I'm the perfect guy. If you really want to prove yourself, I'm the perfect guy. So why don't you come out? The reason why they can come out because they know they're gonna lose.
I think so. I think
Yeah,
so. The no, there's no advantage. There's no advantage. The
right.
only thing I can think of is that they'll try and drain you down to like 180 pounds. Like if you can't make 180, no fight. Okay.
Bro, no, I can't make 180. I can make the cruiserweight. I can make cruiserweight, which is lowest I can go is probably 197. But after that, you know, I'll start damaging myself.
Yeah, this guy. I mean, I want to see him fight somebody real. And since he's not going to fight a young pro, which would be out of his mind, he put together a hit list. I saw Tank Davis on there.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
saw it.
Canelo over there. I said,
Yeah,
man,
I
he's
saw
trying to
that
cash
over
out because both of those guys will kill him.
there. Yeah, they kill him, man. I mean, because here's the thing: they see what I see, and I'm nowhere near on their level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they see what I see. They see the openings that are there. They see all of the mistakes that he makes. And honestly, Drew, I'm surprised that after he has been boxing for 4 years, he's still making the same mistakes. There is no improvement in his game. You know, so if he ever got in the ring with one of those guys, man, Jake would be going to the hospital. He would.
I believe it. My brother Tony in the thing, he says, don't do it. Jake will knock Kendall out. It makes no difference if people like Jake or not. However, the dude can fight. on his level, but what do you say? To do can fight for his level that he's at. Boxers are not UFC world. Well, this is why I believe the fight should happen, because I think Kendall will win based off of what I've seen. You understand? And I think Jake and the offer was out there. I mean, and this is no disrespect, man. How can I put this? This is no disrespect to Nate, but we all know why Nate is famous. He's like 4'11". He could dunk a damn basketball.
Right.
You know, I mean, career-wise, and I'm not disrespecting Nate, but numbers-wise, career-wise, you had a better NBA career. People know who you are. People know who you are. And so, I mean, why wouldn't he fight you? You're
because he knows he's going to lose. And for the guy that just said that he'll knock me out, well, guess what, my man? He's had a year and a half to do it. And he has not accepted the challenge. So why is your man not accepting the challenge? Okay, because he knows what you just said is a bunch of BS. Ain't no way he can reach me. Okay.
Yeah.
He ain't even gonna get that close.
And Tony, you got here late, Tony. Steven Espinoza contacted Kendall in October. Everything was set up. Nothing happened. And today, Jake Paul's team reached out to him and is talking about, pretty much said he was pump faking for 1,000 likes. I mean, the fight is there to be made. You understand what I'm saying? And I just don't I understand why he's not taking it, because this is the perfect definition, in my opinion, of a high risk and no reward. Because if he gets in it, Nate Robinson, everyone knows who he is, slam dunk champion. He's like 4'11". So that's a highlight reel. Then he fought some MMA guy who didn't train, went in there and took a dive. All right. Yeah. Now he's fighting Tyron Woodley, and we're gonna get the same outcome because Tyron's not a boxer. If that was an MMA fight, he'd throw him on the floor and choke him. That'd be the end of it. All right. But he's getting people out of the element. That's why he's not fighting Cormier, because he's more of a live dog. You understand? He's a bigger guy, and that's why he's not fighting Kendall Gill, because there are little kids that run around Jake Paul. He go in there and get knocked out by Kendall Gill and be like, who's that guy? They're gonna have to go to YouTube. Like, oh, him. Right. Wow. Yeah. And what does that do? What does that do for Jake Paul? What does that do for his brand, losing to Kendall Gill?
It ruins
you understand? Them. So they're thinking marketability. Now, if you was running around if you was Dennis freaking Rodman with all these funny colors and eyeliner and shit, there's a market there. But there's no gimmicks here. All right, you've been boxing for 16 years. You're 4-0 as a pro. You take it serious.
I do.
So take it serious, I mean, I understand why he's not taking the fight, but in this era with the trolling and everything, you're gonna have to pull up on him.
That's what we're gonna have to do. But the one thing that I'm encouraged by is that my trolling has worked. Okay, because finally today, after a year and a half of trolling this dude, they finally responded. Hopefully over these next couple of days, I can continue to troll him some more. So the very next fight, he'll be coming to me. It's gonna be his last fight. He's gonna cash out. It's gonna be his last fight.
Man, I hope he does. That'd be great to see you in the ring again. And at this point, since he loves it, I just want to see the man test it. Maybe he has another gear that we haven't seen. I don't know. But I don't want to see him in fights that I know he's going to win, because I'm not into marketing schemes like that. If you're going to do this for real, be for real.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said before, his last fight with Tyron Woodley, he gassed out after the second round. If Tyron Woodley had thrown punches, this Jake Paul whole circus would be over right now. Okay? Yeah. If he fights me, I'm going to walk him down behind a stiff jab, and I'm going to stop him within 3-4 rounds. I'm telling you that right now.
Loop that. I'm telling you. I'm putting money on you. But the guy got to take the fight. The guy got to take the fight.
It first. You got to take it first.
Take the fight, man, because I didn't understand. you know, everyone was saying, "Oh, Nate has a chance," and I saw him hitting pads. I said, "Yo, anyone could look cute on pads. That's all. That shit is
Anybody can look good on pads. Yeah, anybody can look good. And here's the thing: do you have head movement? Can you pivot? Can you be defensively responsible after you take your punches? Do you know how? Are you fighting with an educated jab? Can you go up? Can you go down? Can you hook off of your jab? Can you roll a punch and come back? See, these guys that he's fighting, they don't know how to do that. When he gets in there with me, he's gonna find out. You know, he's gonna find out. So we'll see.
I want to know what if Logan says, "I'm your Huckleberry"?
I ain't fighting. I'm not fighting nobody that ain't want to fight. I want to fight his brother. That don't mean nothing to me. Okay, Jake Paul. Hopefully he wins for Saturday. He'll be 5-0. I'm 4-0. 2 undefeated guys going into the ring to duke it out. What better than that? Also, the storyline is there. Rematch the NBA. You knocked out Nate Robinson. Now the NBA sends their guy who knows how to box to you. Now let's see what you can do. Okay?
I'm with the shit, man. I'm with the shit. I want to see a good fight. I want to see. I think in this Woodley fight, I think he caught. I don't even know if Woodley been in the gym. That's my concern.
He says he has, but I doubt seriously whether he was in the gym seriously. We can all be in the gym. We can go in the gym and sit down. But what was you doing when you were in the gym?
Yeah,
you know?
True story. Yeah,
I'm
concerned. I'm concerned. You know, we might get the same outcome. You know, Tyron might know enough not to get knocked out, and we might get the same outcome. My thing is, this guy's going to do this full time. You understand?
Yeah.
If he's going to do it for real, do something that's going to turn our heads. Who else is on the radar? What was he going to try and do? He might try and fight Vito Belfort, and I think that's a bad idea.
You know what? He ain't going to fight Vito Belfort. He's not going to fight Vito. Okay? Anybody that got a boxing background, he ain't going to fight him. He'll try to fight Nick D. And also, Vito Belfort is not a small guy.
No, he's not.
Jake is looking for guys that are much smaller than him, 20 to 30 pounds smaller than him. That's why his next fight, he says, okay, I want to fight Frank Gore, the winner of the undercard here. Or I want to fight Nick Diaz. I want to fight Nate Diaz. You know, small guys. I want to fight Conor McGregor. Little guys, you know.
Yeah,
he always has the weight advantage on.
That's messed up, man. Your salute to my brother Mike Biggs. He said, "I'm gonna troll the shit out of this fight." Hashtag Gil Paul. Hashtag LDBC. Damn right.
Man.
We got to get on this man's bumper, man.
My man.
If you're gonna do, there's no part time for this, man. If it's a clown show, then he should say it's a clown show. But
Yeah,
he's saying he's real.
Yeah. Now, if he say it's a clown show, if he texts me, DM me, say, "Hey, Kendall, look, man, I'm just doing this on the DL. I'm just trying." Okay, but don't say you serious. Don't go walk around talking about, "Oh, I knocked out NBA players, this and that," and then don't come face the one that really know the sweet science.
Yeah, I agree totally. I agree totally, man. You know, it's disrespectful. You know, you shouldn't even be there. If you're not serious, you shouldn't be. You can die in that damn ring, man.
You can die in there, man. You can die in there, and that's the one thing that you know you got to understand when you walk in there, man. You know, and that's why you got to prepare. That's why I didn't want Nate Robinson to fight, because he wasn't prepared for that. You know, and look what happened.
Yeah, Nate needed at least 2 years of work in the gym. I saw it. I said, man, he's athletically gifted and he has some natural tools, but you can't. 2 months of training ain't gonna cut it because he ain't know what to look for.
Didn't know what to look for. Didn't know how to throw a jab. Didn't know how to keep his chin tucked. Didn't know how to cover up. Didn't know how to work on the inside when Jake Paul tied him up. You know, didn't know how to work with his free hand. You know, didn't know how to counter Jake when he came in wide open. You know, all these things, like we said before, it's all about the sweet science, baby. You got to take years to learn this stuff.
Yeah. Timing is everything. He didn't have you can tell in 2 seconds he didn't have an IQ at all. No, and I was like, shit, man. I was just hoping he got to the last bell because I said he gonna get hurt, and lo and behold.
Hey, look, you know, I was out running with Tim Hardaway. You guys all know who Tim Hardaway is.
Tim, yeah.
Okay, we were out running that summer, and he was like, "Hey, Kendall, man, Nate looking pretty good on them pads." He's like, "Shoot, man, I might bet him." I was like, "Hey, Tim, don't bet your money on Nate. I was like, he gonna get knocked out. I said, he's getting knocked out. I'm just telling you, don't bet your money on him. Like, cause this kid he's fighting has been training for about 2 years, you know? So he has some experience. And guess what happened? As soon as it happened, Tim called me. It's like, you was right. I was like, I told you.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
the untrained eye, and the people in the chat know, we like,
they
for the most part, we know boxing. It's like you can tell in 2 seconds who's an amateur. You can like look, if you got a real good eye, you can tell just how long somebody been in the ring.
Yeah.
I've seen guys walk up off the street into a gym and fight the guy mopping the floor. But the guy been mopping that floor for 50 years.
Yeah.
And I've seen a 60-year-old man whoop a 21-year-old's ass all over the ring. Whoop his ass all over the ring. By the time 30 seconds in, he huffing and puffing and falling on himself. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
Yeah,
this is science.
Because he know the game.
Yeah,
because he know the game, man. And just like you said, I see those guys in the ring all the time. All those old guys. I mean, I see guys 60, almost 70 years old, and they're still sparring with young kids, man.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right about that. Another thing about Jake Paul too, before we go, he does not fight at a fast pace. If you notice him, he throws like 1-2 punches at a time. He doesn't throw combinations. Okay, that lends well for me because now I don't have to expend that much energy, and because he got to come to me, it's gonna be very difficult for him to win when he doesn't have a high punch rate. Right. I'm sitting there at a distance, sticking him with that jab, having it in his face, and one of them times when it blinds him, I'm gonna come with my straight left, and if I hit him on the chin, that's gonna be over with. He look, he can lift all them weights he wants to. He can, and there's rumors that he's taking PEDs and everything. He can take all that stuff he wants to. Okay, his chin don't know how much weight he been lifting. His chin don't know he been taking PEDs. Okay. It's the one thing,
Well, we're definitely gonna support you. We're gonna push this fight.
Thanks,
always
bro.
hit me in the DM. We're gonna hit them up. We're like, yo, what's up, man? Yo, what's up? And before I let you go, what's going on with the Bulls? They making the playoffs?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, before this COVID outbreak happened, we got 2 players now in COVID protocol.
Yeah.
So. And they actually postponed 2 games this week. Actually, I'm supposed to be at work calling the Bulls game right now, but since there's no game, I'm here. And Thursday the game has been postponed. But before that happened, we had the best record in the East at 17-8. And we beat my former team, Brooklyn Nets, last week. We beat the Knicks too. Then we came back home and beat the Denver Nuggets. This team is for real, man. They got, 2 All-Stars and Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. Both of those guys are in the top 10 in scoring. We got Nikola Vucevic, who's a former All-Star. Lonzo Ball, in my opinion, and Caruso, who are first-team all-defenders in the NBA. And, they got a wide assortment of talent, man. The Bulls are going to be a factor from about now into the next 4 or 5 years. They're going to be a factor in the Eastern Conference.
So you think they're going to be like maybe number 1 or 2 coming out the East?
I think they're going to be they'll end up, once everybody gets out of this COVID protocol and they can get back on the roll again, I think they're going to be anywhere from 2 to 3. I don't think they'll be number 1. I still think Brooklyn owns that position, but 2 to 3, I can see the Bulls there.
Bet. When I come out there, we're going to run a long one.
My man.
I still got some
skills. Come on out. Yeah, come on out, my man. We'll have some fun out here in Chi-Town.
No doubt, brother. Man, thank you for coming on, man. I just wanted to get this out. And
thanks, Drew. I appreciate it, man. All right.
I appreciate you, man. Holler at me, brother. All right, now. Later. That was Kendall Gill, ladies and gentlemen. And y'all know the drill. It's Kendall Gill. Y'all know the drill. We're going to force this fight. It's time for Jake, Logan, whoever. He said he don't want Logan. Logan don't want no smoke. But Jake Paul, if he's gonna do this boxing thing for real, if you just want to stick to fighting former athletes or retired athletes or athletes you think you can catch off guard, fight Kendall Gill. He's for real. I've seen tapes. He's 6'5", 210. Got like an 80-inch reach. I think he'll give Paul that work. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, man. Man, salute to y'all. This was like impromptu. You know, he hit me up and said, yo, yeah, I want to go live. And we're gonna force this fight. Y'all know I'm never live at this time, you know what I mean? But I appreciate y'all sliding through. You know what I mean? Tomorrow morning is a very important live stream. Y'all know I'm already, you know, I'm talking about this damn sport that doesn't love us. But y'all slide up in, I'll put this up real quick. This was the text when Steve Espinoza hit him up in October. You know, they wanted to get him on the undercard. You know what I'm saying? And Kendall accepted. You know what I mean? Told him who to contact. And Most Valuable Promotions is Paul's promotional company. And their response is, you was reached out to fight Frank Gore and you ducked. That's professional. He could have said declined, but whatever. All good, though. We are happy for you to get 1,000 likes on your socials. And now they worried about likes. You know, Ryan Garcia type shit. And you can see Kendall's official response. You know, let them know who you are. And he's correct. Stephen A. Smith did mention it on First Take. Shaq mentioned it. It was on First Take in ringside. So he's calling them out. Yo, after Tyron Woodley, if it's successful, hit him up. Hit him up, man. So, you know, he's calling for the smoke. Salute to my brother Jedi said in that super chat, much love and appreciation. Yep. You know D. Hell yeah. You recognize his voice, right? If y'all don't know, me and Mike know each other for real, for real. Yeah, grew up together. Yeah, that's D. Hell yeah. Push the weight and I'm flexing. Yep. Yeah, man. So hit him up in the DM. What is it? What is the Most Valuable Promotions? That's the Paul brothers. Go to them and be like, yo, I mean, I'm not saying for y'all to be disrespectful, or I'm just like, yo, don't be disrespectful. Just say, yo, what's up with, you know, Kendall Gill, old Kendall Gill? You don't want that smoke from a 53-year-old man? What's going on with you? What's going on? I mean, hey man. Hey man. So that's what it is, man. So salute to y'all. I ain't say everyone's name, you know what I mean? Because he popped up and I just want to cook. And I'm sure somebody's on live. I just want to get the hell out their way. You know what I mean? So tune in tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to cook on this god-awful sport, but something good might be happening. And it's starting from the basics, from the motherfucking Olympics. So I appreciate y'all, man. Much love and appreciation. Thank you for showing up, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Wait, hold on. Can I play this for y'all? Y'all want to laugh? I'm going to play it again tomorrow. Y'all want to laugh? Yo, when the trolls come in here and they insist they're not racist.
And 450. N. No N. Brandy.
What? Oh.
You are being racist for calling me a racist. Good, and I take it, but don't call me racist.
Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Oh shit. I can't take it. Oh. I'm an idiot. Oh. What the fuck is a clam nigga? Hold on, one more time. One more time, and I'm out of here. I promise.
And 450.
N.
No N. Brandy.
I'll see y'all in the morning.
Move!
And 450.
N.
No N. Brandy.